Okay. From a political perspective, how have you seen government policies influence business?
Government policies? Well, that can come in many formats. Certainly, when we have something like a Timothy's Law, which in the state of New York was one of my last measures that I worked on, we're strengthening the workforce by addressing mental health needs. That is always good for business to have a strong and viable workforce, a healthy workforce. I think the policies that we have done with healthcare reform that have enabled us to assist business in providing employer-based coverage is absolutely a big help. Again, they're strengthened when they have a healthy workforce. They're further strengthened when they have resources that offer relief in the payments that they make for their share of the coverage. I think programs that address investment in R&D allow us to partner with the private sector and the public sector in a way that unleashes new opportunity and then lends itself to product development, which then, because of that government policy, inspires job growth in the manufacturing area. Manufacturing is not dead in this country. It's in our DNA, and we'll continue to manufacture. We need to be upgraded, updated, and visionary in the attempt. But these government policies that enable us to invest in R&D, in healthcare, in relief of payments that are made by businesses, addressing safety in the workplace, are all very valuable efforts that enable our industries to be strong.
Do you feel that government regulation has increased or decreased in the past several years regarding business?
I think that there was a spiking up in regulation, and obviously the usefulness of some regulation, if it's grown outdated, constantly needs to be revisited and either undone or updated if that's the need. But there's also been this outcry that has been responded to, where people are very cognizant of the needs of providing assistance to our business community if they need to respond to some of the situations. But I think everyone is aware of the attempts to cut the red tape wherever and however they can.
What role do you think the federal government should play in business?
In business, I think we need to invest in the discovery area, the early life investments. We need reforms in our patenting process. Nations like Korea will be passing us by. We need to connect with that patent process better. We need to upgrade manufacturing so as to sharpen our competitive edge. We need to address energy reforms to reduce the resource, the commodity that is oftentimes, a determinant as to whether or not we're being competitive or not. We invest in workforce training and development through education, higher ed, training programs, retraining programs. There are a lot of hand-in-hand attempts, public with private, government with employers of both private, not-for-profit situations and public situations. So there's a role here in everything from workforce training to planting the seeds for product line discovery to reducing the cost for making our manufacturing process more competitive.
Where do you expect the economy to be in 10 years?
In 10 years? Well, hopefully we've learned from this very painful recession where there was not enough regulation with the big banks, not enough regulation with big oil, and certainly concern about the impact that big insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies have had. As we get through this era in redesigning our post-recession economy, I think it will put us in very good stead, and where we will have, again, put a huge bit of focus and commitment behind jobs that are not yet on the radar screen for our regional economy with groups like Global Foundries, the nanotech industry, the semiconductor industry, the superconductive cable industry. all of which GE's renewable concepts, our public-private sector campuses. This region is, I think, poised for tremendous growth in private sector, high-tech sort of revolutionary opportunities. And it's interesting because this congressional district, the 21st Congressional District of New York, was the birthplace of an energy revolution over a century ago. And it would not surprise me if we're now the location for the rebirth, a brand new energy revolution that follows on the heels of that century of progress.
And do you feel that the federal government should be involved in the rebirth of this?
Oh, absolutely. I think that, we need to set standards. We need to make certain that we're assisting in partnership format our industries and that we're inspiring growth and innovation. And a lot of the work that we're doing is to cut costs for business and to provide the plan for job growth and to partner with education and higher education. And unless we establish goals and understand to where we're headed, we won't know how to plan. So as an engineer, I think it's very important for us to be goal-oriented and to be comprehensive in our planning attempts.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.